Hey everybody, it's Chris. We're gonna do another what I sold on Amazon and eBay video because that's all we can do. I've made my third Facebook Marketplace meetup yesterday. Bought a PS2 Slim, Guitar Hero controller for PS2, which I don't even know if it's worth anything, and a few random things. I didn't really get a good look at it. It's disinfecting in the back of my car, and that's where it'll be for a week. So see what that is later. But anyway, this is what I've been up to. If first off, if you like these videos, please subscribe, please like, please comment, and would really help me out. But yeah, let's get into it. So first thing, sold a Sega Game Gear. Is like an off-brand carrying case for 7-Eleven. Sent an offer for that. I had this lying around a while, and now I probably can't find it. But because of this whole having to stay inside thing, I've managed to list a lot of stuff I probably wouldn't normally have gotten around to listing. And yeah, this is one of them. I was probably gonna wait till I got a Game Gear to put it with, even though I think it came with a Game Gear. And yeah, now I can't remember where it is. So that's, oh, you know what? No, that's where I put those three. So it should be right here. Oh, there we go. As long as I don't drop everything. And there. Yeah, so it just says game system. But that's for a Game Gear. Yeah, surprised it sold that fast actually. Then we have a couple HeroScape things. This I just listed yesterday, Sacred Band, sold for $24. That was an offer. I had it up for $25. I had a bunch of offers. I just sent everyone one at $24. And then the Defenders of Kinsland sold for full price at $35. So this is mostly what I've been listing on Amazon lately, or eBay, because I've had just a ton of it. I've been kind of holding on to it in hopes that I would, get another set like I did Swarm of the Marrow, but I just didn't have enough to complete it. And most of these are expansion pieces anyway. Both of these are. And yeah, it just didn't make sense to keep holding on to it, especially when I need to list inventory. So I'm just going to find these real quick because this might take a long time. So there all those are. As you can probably see from the pictures, the thumbnails at least, like these guys didn't have a card. And then I have 5 figures here, but only 4 cards. So neither of them are complete, but at least the cards you can probably find online copies of if you need the stats. So I don't think they're as important as the figures. So great sale there. Then this is actually the second time I've sold this. This is the HBO Sopranos box set. It was returned to me because I didn't realize it had a bottom black box. And I guess the pictures weren't good enough for the guy to see that. So he returned it, but I sold it for more this time. Sold it for $35 last time, sold it for $40 this time, so it kind of makes up a little bit for that. So there's that. And then sold one of those Clue Master Detective pieces. This is the poison, a bottle of poison, which is right here. So slowly selling bits of this, which is pretty much the only way to sell it at this point because they reprinted it, so it's pretty cheap now. Maybe it's gone up since this whole thing started, but then have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, Leatherhead, sold for $7.55. Sent out an offer of $7.99, got a counter, and then sent back another counter for $7.55, and they took it. So I just got a little box of TMNT figures here. Picked all but one of them up at Goodwill Outlet. The other one came in like a baggie at Savers. So there he is. So I have maybe like a few cents into him, because he was bought based off weight. Then an RPG book, his Encyclopedia Arcane Familiars. It's right here actually, because it's in the closet, which is just packed full of boxes. Didn't want to take that time, so I bought a stack of. There were 2 huge stacks of RPG books that I've bought over like the last year, or actually longer than that at this point. But the D&D stuff's all gone. This I think I paid maybe like $50 for a box of maybe like 50 books almost. But yeah, I had this on Amazon forever, didn't sell, put it on eBay. Sold within a few weeks, I think. Then this I've had a while. And it came with the boxed Sega CD that I had, but they'd cut the manual, and then I got another copy of it, so I ended up kind of like switching stuff around and was just left over with this. So it's a copy of Sewer Shark for Sega CD. Sold for $3, mostly because I just wanted to get rid of it. I don't see myself getting a boxed Sega CD anytime soon, so I don't need to hold on to it. $3 for that, but yeah, you can see previous guy cut it to fit inside of a CD case. I don't know why. Then I've had this a while. It's broken. I've probably had it 2 years now. It's the Yamaha Portasound PS1. It wasn't listed for a little while, but I had it up for like $10. Sent an offer for $5.55, and someone took it. It has like battery damage. I couldn't get it to work with batteries or plugged in, so good luck to him. Sold for parts or repair. Then this I had on Amazon for a while. A lot of the warm lights usually go pretty quick, but this one just had a really bad rank, so put it on eBay. Sold for full price, $7.99. Usually get about like $12 on Amazon, but that's fine. I've had it a pretty long time at this point. So there it is, Nyko. These are usually pretty good to pick up, except for this color for some reason. I find the purple and lime green usually do the best. Then I've had this a while. I think I paid $5 for it. It's Fujifilm Instax Mini 8. It just like doesn't quite work correctly. I think it takes pictures, but the battery thing is kind of busted anyway. I think like it's in there. We go. Yeah, I think it's held on with tape. Yeah. And these lights don't move when you move the dial. And I've had 2 of these, and it was the case with both of them, so I don't know if I'm just using it wrong or what, but sold that 4 parts. And then this is the last thing. I've had these books sitting around a while. This was when I was buying books for the job I used to have. We were like packaging them and selling them with like pins and all sorts of fun stuff. But these weren't like good condition, slash we changed up the age thing, so I just ended up taking them back and sold them for $5. It's 2 copies of How to Eat Fried Worms. I thought this one was funny. Just tell me when we're dead. And then 2 other ones, Sleepover Friends, Friends Forever. So that's sold for $5. Happy to get rid of those. Now over to Amazon. Sales have definitely slowed down a bit, money-wise. I'd say the quantity's still okay, but I think a lot of my higher ticket items have pretty much gone. So nothing like too spectacular here. So I'll grab a few things at once. Got another copy of Milborn's Collector's Edition, Pokemon Moon, and The Wolf Among Us. The last 2 games I got recently. $5 each plus tax. So decent money there. And then Millborns are probably paid between $2.99 and $4.99 at Savers or something. So that's right here. Put another big space in the board game. So this, I actually raised the price. I think I had it like 18, but I was selling through a bunch of copies of it. This just like fluctuates so much, but I think because of what's happening, definitely went back up. And then A Wolf Among Us. There it is. So just PS4 copy of that. And then Pokemon Moon, I think it's the last copy I have of that. I only got 2. So both of those are cart/disc only. And this was a good sale. I picked this up this summer for I think like $2-3. It's a Beatles Rock Band Wii guitar. Sold for $87.27. So I guess this was like a decently big ticket item. And that's it for working, at least. Guitar Hero Rock Band guitars. That was the last one I have. Which is a bummer, because they go for, whoop, as I break it, they go for a pretty good amount of money. I have a few like busted ones and like Wii ones without the backing that I haven't tested, so maybe I'll test those, sell them without the backing. Next we got Assassin's Creed Origins, PS4. I think we sold 2 copies of this, so I'm just gonna grab 2. Sold for $11.90. I think the other one probably sold for more, actually. Or, oh, I must have shipped the other one. I think the other one was the other day. So we'll just grab the one. And then got a Sega Genesis Model 1, sold for $30 plus shipping, which I think is like $18 or so on that. So I actually have a box for it, but I didn't have all the correct things. So there that is. I think I sell the box individually, just like by itself. And I'll grab a controller. There we go. And I'm not really sure about the power cord and the AV cable because I don't have a Sega one. I think I might have paired a Nintendo one with it, but I'll check that out myself later. Got a few more games. We got Metal Gear Solid 4 sold for $3, Snoopy's Grand Adventure for $16.16, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 for $21.50. I've had Metal Gear for a while. I think it just came with probably a lot of games a while ago. Yeah, I think I might have had this quite a long time at this point. Snoopy I picked up recently. Actually got the platinum. It's pretty fast, maybe like 5 hours, 6 hours at most. And then Tony Hawk was one of the recent ones. I actually think I had sold both, but person canceled for the other one. They said they didn't need it anymore, so I don't know if they bought it on PlayStation or realized it's a PS3 version or what. Then we got Tasmanian Tiger 2 for $7.50, and then I didn't realize I had more PS3 Rock Band receivers, but that sold for $62. And I have another one. It's great. So there that is. And then I actually moved all the eBay PS3 games back up here because I had room and the floor was running out of room. I don't quite, I guess I could just put these up here. Sort of like having a weird time since I've moved the DVDs up here and all that. So tie 2. So getting pretty low on PS2 games. I think these are the last few. Yeah, last 3. So we got a little big plan. I've had this, so I actually got the Game of the Year edition or whatever. So this is my personal copy from when I bought it forever ago. So 277, Star Wars Shadow of the Empire for 606, and WWE 2K15 for 1201. Picked up 2K15 recently, so it was $5. Wow, this is, I think, besides that copy of Tony Hawk's, is the last N64 game. And I guess Museum, right there, Namco Museum. And then Little Big Plan. Of course, I just moved everything in front of it. So yeah, so I paid, I don't know, $60 for this back in college. So technically a loss, but plenty of hours into it and have a better version of it now, so take what you can get, you know? And that's that. So yeah, so you can see the shelves. I mean, over here you can definitely tell they're getting pretty low. Over here, I mean, most of these PS3 games are lotted up, and most of those aren't really worth anything, the PlayStation 1 games. But slowly clearing space. And still get, I'm going to part out all these because they're not complete. And part out all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of like, hey, I sold this tiny bit from this random game. And that's pretty much going to be what I'm going to be selling until who knows when. But yeah. So thanks for watching once again. Please like, please subscribe. Feel free to ask any questions. I said this in my last video, but if you see something up here that you're interested in, and you follow the link to my eBay and you don't see it, let me know. It might be on Amazon, might not be listed at all. So yeah, everyone have a good one, and stay safe. Bye.